She said she's magical, mystical, a powerful wonder girl.
Welcome back to What She Said. 66 years ago, Korry's landed in the then wilds of Toronto's East End and has been a fixture on Danforth Avenue for as long as most people can remember. Indeed, Toronto's mayor dubbed president and owner Saul Corman the Duke of the Danforth. Saul's son, Sean Corman, is here today to talk about his father's legacy and give us a little help dressing the men in our lives. Welcome to What She Said, Sean.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so 1952, that's a long time. And your dad never left the Danforth despite being told he was crazy to stay there.
Well, the stories he tells me is that when he got to the Danforth, there was apparently 40 other menswear stores. So, needless to say, the competition was there because everyone wore slacks and nice shirts and suits. And he's the last one, I think, on the Danforth. I think we're the oldest establishment on the Danforth next to the Catholic Church. He's been there 100 years.
100 years.
So you joined your dad in the business in 2009.
Correct, yeah.
Speaking of edgy, you're bringing a love of sportswear and Harley Davidson to the store.
Yeah, well, what we had to do was a bit of a generational gap because my dad was running everything. So we've had to make a big change in the stores, how we buy, what we look at, what's going on, especially with millennials. They're much more relaxed in their dress. So I tried to bring to the store, and I had to learn very quickly because I didn't grow up in that industry, how to buy, how to look for things, what the color is. Went through a lot of magazines, television, whatever I could find.
And the thing is, too, that you are really buying a year to 2 years ahead.
Correct. So now I'm in buying season for fall 2018. I'm just finishing up with some great suppliers we have, Boss, Kennelly, Paul and Shark, and I try and get more color, the younger looks for guys, and things that are edgy, like technical stuff. So technical jackets from Canada Goose or Parajumper. They like gadgets, so that's what we try to do.
Well, being in business for that many decades, is the demographic changing? Are you trying to change the demographic?
It's changed a lot. The suits and ties is still vital to our store. We stick to specific brands. When I got there, I cut out about 40 different brands. It was just too cluttered in the store and focused on name brands, high-end, Kennelly, Boss, Copley, and our Roberto, which is our private label on the main floor, and stuck with those, and that's been an uptick ever since. You can't have so many things. You got to really focus, and we're really an old school store that people appreciate the service.
Okay, so let's get down to it. Should women be involved in helping their partners or their sons choose what to wear, or is it best if we just butt out?
No, it's actually important that parents, partners be involved because it helps someone who doesn't know or needs help or they want to know what looks good. Me personally, I don't need the help. My dad never needed the help, but people do, and it's important. And the spouses and the friends and the aunts, they bring freshness, and they can help the person decide what they need to wear. A young guy is basically it's really easy: charcoal gray, navy blue, black. He's going into business. White shirt, purple shirt. It's pretty easy. But mothers and wives like to put their input. It's important.
Okay.
Well, I remember, when I was younger,
two boys.
Men didn't really like shopping for clothes, whereas women love it. Right?
Totally changed.
But my boys had really, and they're identical twins, started to get very distinct tastes, very different, to the point where by the time they were 16, I couldn't buy anything for them. And I think that's much more the case now, today.
Yeah, you see a lot of young guys come in. Well, it depends. If it's a wedding, the lady who comes in, or they'll come in with the whole family, and they'll kind of pick and choose the colors. But in the end, he's pretty much telling you what style he likes, and whether it's peak lapel or notch lapel like I'm wearing today, or what color. They pretty much will let them go to direction. And also, when you're 16, 17, you're trying to find your own way, develop your own style right away.
Well, so let's talk about job interviews. It's always been said that one should dress for the job one wants. Is it always appropriate to wear a suit for an interview, or is that too stuffy these days if you're going for, a job at Google?
Well, if you're coming to a job at Korry's, you got to have a tie on. Because the first thing Mr. Corman will say, well, if you're working in a men's store, we wear ties. Now, on Sundays, I'll relax it a bit. You can wear jeans, sport coat, but you always got to have a tie on. And it's not really that stuffy, but, other than a bank or on Bay Street job, shirt and tie. Google, I wouldn't know because I'm not.
Other tech things. So what do you find? So are people? I mean, I used to love it, and like the 50s look, the 60s, the mods, all the really dapper men who would dress up superbly. And then we saw, grunge and everything come in. And then there was Casual Fridays, which sort of took off. Are they still in existence?
No, and that was a very huge problem for my dad. He really hated that Casual Friday because some of the clients he would say, I don't want to, if I'm going to the bank, I want someone that's going to treat me and respect me. And the way they dress is they respect themselves and they respect the client.
Except, is that a generational thing? I mean, I don't know if younger generations feel less respect for somebody without a tie.
We don't see it. So when someone comes into the store and wants to get a suit for their wedding,
right,
and they could be anywhere from 20 to 40 or more, they want the suit, the tie, the whole together. Same with guys that are articly in law firms or accountants. They want the charcoal gray, navy blue, black suit. Hence, that's why in our Alberto 2 suits for $798, we sold last year about 4,200 suits. So that tells me guys are coming back to dressing up. And for the guy who wants leisure on the weekend but wants to go out nice, lightweight sport jackets, sport shirts, different color. And you can do it up or do it down with a dress shirt.
Right. So what would you say the difference is between style and fashion when it comes to menswear?
As far as style goes for menswear, it really hasn't changed that much, except for the fact now you have 2-button, everything is slim fit, stovepipe pants.
My husband hates the fact that everything's slim fit.
So, very slimming, and a tighter look,
right,
as far as that goes. For the guy on the weekend that wants to chill out and relax but go out for dinner and dress nice, he'll wear an unconstructed sport jacket, a T-shirt, and a pair of jeans. Our denim, what you're talking about with generation, our denim has done a huge uptick. So they'll wear a denim, a nice pair of running shoes, and a sport jacket.
Okay, so if someone's looking for a gift, say, what's going to be a go-to for spring-summer this year in menswear?
Light unconstructed sport jackets are huge for spring. The Eton shirts, we call them hybrids, so you can wear them with a tie or no tie. And knit ties are huge, have come back. And the color this year is gray and navy blue.
Gray and navy blue.
Has it not always been gray and navy blue?
When I first started, it was charcoal gray black. And then all of a sudden they came out with all these different blues. So like powder blue, French blue, Mediterranean blue. And for weddings, huge. And for weddings, we're seeing an uptick, custom-made tuxedos.
Please tell me they're not blue.
No. So I guess James Bond 007 looks so white. So white on off-white. And that's the other thing with fabrics. So with fabrics, people color. So yes, in the springtime, summer, lighter fabrics. In the winter, darker fabrics. As far as the weight of the fabric, 12 months of the year. Unless it's linen, you can wear these suits all year round. Color, I definitely would say, geared to spring, lighter looks. In the fall, a little darker looks. That's why I like dressing up for fall. The sweaters, the browns, the nice earthy tones.
We have a quote from your father just before we go. It says, "I love my family and I love everything I do. I learned to love retail, but I really made retail show business. And that's what I love." That sort of sums up everything. You must be really glad that you've joined the family business.
Yeah, and hence that's why he comes to the store every day at 85 years old and managed to get the radio stations to hook up the speaker so he doesn't hook up the microphone directly to the radio station so he doesn't have to leave.
Well, tell us the address, although I'm pretty sure radio fans across the GTA can reel it off.
569 Danforth Avenue in the heart of Greektown.
And the website is?
Sean@Korrys.com or Korrys.com.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
And I might have to drag one of my sons down there one of these days.
Absolutely.
This is What She Said, and we'll be right back on 105.9 The Region.
Well, she said she's magical, mystical, or a power